Hey babe, it's your girl Bree with Big Sis Tarot. I am coming at you with our Fortune Oracle today. And I think I'm gonna also do the Soul Symphony card deck. I'm just really feeling Oracle today. I feel like Oracle, the messages that need to come out are they need a little bit more than just tarot. And maybe I do add a little tarot at the end. We'll see. But I just wanted to, say before we really get into it that all of my readings until the end of February are $42. So that means tarot read, oracle read, an intuitive pick by me where I decide which cards, whether if it's tarot, oracle, or a combination, are best for you. And I also want to say that my gratitude that I have is like I'm trying not to get emotional in the first 5 minutes of this video, but I'm just really grateful. I am really grateful for number one, this opportunity. Number two, the fact that I have been able to help people already. I've had, since I've been doing this full time, I've had a handful of people over the last month, because I've been doing this full time for a month. I've had so many personal readings that I'm so blessed and thankful that you guys trust me enough and let me be the vessel and what I've been calling the torch, where I am passing this flame onto you for you to really just trust yourself and trust your intuition, because 9 times out of 10 when I am doing and reading, it's stuff that you already know, but I'm giving you confirmation on the stuff that you already know so that you can use that for yourself to move forward. And I'm just really proud of any of my clients that have worked with me, because a lot of you guys have already told me how everything that I've been saying has been right on the money and that it's been working. And I feel like where I was a year ago, March next month will officially be a year where I lost my house. I got evicted when I was 8 months pregnant. I got my car repoed when my daughter was 2 months old, 3 months old. My aunt died when my daughter turned 1 month old, exactly to the day. And she was a second mom to me. I had to put down my dog right after my 30th birthday. It's been a hard year. It's been a really hard year. But now seeing how my life has truly changed for the better in such a way that I am so deeply thankful to be able to go through these things and to have my own trials and to have my own tribulations so that I can help you guys, so that I can understand what you guys are going through, the pain, the hurt, all of it. It's a lot. It's a lot. And these tears are not sadness. No, ma'am. These tears are true gratitude, true joy that I have the opportunity to be in this place. Okay, let's get back into it, babe. But like I was saying, super grateful. Readings, $42 until the end of the month. And just know that if you're in a space or a place that you feel like everything is being destroyed and it's crumbling down like the tower, it is so that you can rebuild a solid foundation in the path that you were meant to be. And that's a proven fact. I'm living it. I am living that life. Okay. And I think that it's really important for us to remember that, because it's hard when you're in the moment. But I will say I'm super thankful for the people that are around me, my husband, my really close friends. Those are family to me. And they all, I would not be here without them, with the love and the support and helping me and talking through and just doing all the things that real friends deserve. And even my husband, just undeniably so grateful for him. I'm not trying to cry this whole episode, so let's do this. Let's see what we have available. Like I said, we're doing fortune oracles today. These are one of the decks that one of my clients gifted to me. Again, shout out. I'm gonna call her Miss Sunflower. She knows who she is. And I feel like a lot of the messages lately have been roughly around the same in different instances. A lot of self love, a lot of processing, a lot of like healing and letting go. But I feel like we have some different energy coming through. So let's see what exactly. Ah, okay. So we have cracker. This is more like a nutcracker. Um, it says positive energy surrounds you. Love, joy, and good fortune awaits. So I love that. Also, if you've been seeing the number 7, 777, 717, 177, yeah, this just really feels like the energy is shifting. Like this process of like where you're at, it's been a lot of pain, it's been a lot of hurt, it's been a lot of real work, right? If you're the butterfly or if you're the caterpillar, you're in your phase of the cocoon phase. And at some point, you know that it's time to break out of the cocoon. This feels like this is you breaking out of the cocoon. We also got the Fool. So this says, have the courage to embrace change, take risk, and be adventurous. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is very much the energy of like, even the Fool in the tarot is about change, new, starting a new beginning, being on a new journey. It feels like you know this. It feels like you feel this. I'm also going to say I feel that same energy for my own self in my own life. Like, it feels like I've been in this cocoon, just really trying to like level myself out, understand myself, really figure out what I need to do and what I want. Like what I want is like a big thing because we are co-creators, right? We are not just like sitting here waiting and hoping, right? Yes, it will take effort to get what you want, but there is a lot of pain and suffering that you've been feeling, but you also know that it's time to not feel that as well. Like you're like, okay, I've been through it. I've been through it. I know what I'm doing and I can move through. What else do we have for them, Spirit? And you know what's crazy about this? I'm going to go back to the Fool card real quick. You see how it is like him and his dog and they're looking at the horizon, right? They're on like the top of the cliff. And you see how it says take risk? That is sticking out to me. I feel like I keep seeing like confirmation. It feels like what you have been worried about, like taking the leap, jumping off the cliff, doing what you truly want to do. It seems like a lot of that is because of other people and their thoughts, their opinions, their directiveness, I think is a good word. Like you feel like they are directing your life because, you know, God forbid you disappoint your mom or dad or grandma or aunt or cousin or sister or brother or whatever, right? Or family or friends. You don't want to disappoint people. You've been a people pleaser your entire life. But if you've been pleasing other people and doing what they want, how are you pleasing yourself and what you want? And you might be like, I don't even know what I want, Brie. And I've been there. And that's when Spirit puts a pause on you. And Spirit's like, all right. Like, if you don't know what you really want because you've been doing everything for everybody else your entire life, let's take a step back. Let's look at what you really need and what you really want. Because you can have anything that you want. But you have to, like, go for it, right? You have to be crystal clear on it. Oh, okay, so we have the owl. There are spiritual messages and great wisdom to be found during this period of transition. Okay, anybody that knows owls, right? The significance of owls, it's very much of wisdom, process from the spirit, like just from that realm of like guidance, wisdom, but not just like wisdom like all the wisdom, right? When I think of like a gray beard, an old man and a gray beard, it, for my Harry Potter fans out there, it's like they are the messengers, right? Even in the movie, they are the ones that bring the messages to the kids. They are the ones that deliver the messages to whoever that needs them. You are getting these messages, i.e., through me, and maybe other readers that you have been getting messages from, either on TikTok, YouTube, whatever, Instagram, whatever you're watching them on, right? Or even just like seeing license plate numbers, you're hearing certain songs or music, or just people are saying stuff that really inspire you. Really pay attention to that. I keep a note in my phone. I gotta get better with it. I keep a note in my phone where if I see like certain license plate numbers, 777, 444, 222, if I see like if I hear like certain songs, or if I'm talking to people and I'm getting confirmations, I write it down because I want to remember like what exactly was I thinking in that moment? What exactly is spirit trying to tell me in this moment? Because I feel like a lot of times we like see the license plate but we just keep it moving, or we like hear the song or like hear the audible information, we're just like yeah, like cool confirmation, and then we just like leave it. That's not where they want you to go with this. They want you to be very intentional, because that's what owls do. They're intentional when they hunt. They're intentional when they're just surveying, right? They're very intentional. They're only going to move when it's necessary. And I think that's where spirit's trying to like tell you, like, okay, we'll tell you when it's time to move. Like, we'll give you the signal of when it's time to up level, when it's time to get out there and really show yourself. Because I'll say for myself, it took about 8 months. It took about 8 months for me to really get to a place where I could be here, where I could share myself, share my story, really connect with spirit in the way that I have never before. And I've been getting confirmations left and right ever since I finally took the leap that this is the right path. This is the right time. Let me see if there's anything else here. Because a lot of us, we take the pause as like a personal hit, but it's not a personal hit. It is a personal, it's like love, really. It's just, I was really upset because I didn't want to come back here at my parents', but now I realized like I needed to be here so that I could grow into the person that I needed to be. Okay, abundance, lucky times are ahead of you, along with good news and prosperity. And this is just like, this is dope energy. Like, all of this is just really exciting energy. It just feels like you are on the right path. You are on the right wave. You are on the right, you have the right momentum. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. I don't think there's anything else in this deck. Let me see. But the momentum that you have, though you may feel stagnant, though you may feel like you're not on the right path, or people are going to think some type of way about you, or you're going to have to explain yourself or do X, Y, and Z, you don't have to. You don't have to. Your circle and your tribe are going to come to you at the right time, but you have to be ready for it. And the people that are there helping you right now, you have to accept the help. You do. I know. People pleasers unite. It's hard. It's so hard accepting help from other people, but it's necessary for you to move forward, for you to move on, for you to get to where you need to go. Because what would be the point of these 8 billion people on earth if every person individually had to do stuff by themselves and not accept help from other people? What would be the point? Like, why would we all be here? And you should not feel guilt from getting help from people, okay? Those people are not meant to help you if they're trying to guilt trip you. Well, I did this for you, and they're keeping tabs. No, exit those people out of your life. Those are not the people that you need, especially in this process, especially in this timeline, because you are a person that needs solid people, but solid people in the sense of whatever you would do for them, they would do for you without hesitation as well. No thoughts, no second guessing, no, well, I'm going to need this and I have to have this and I'm only going to be able to be available for X amount of time. Mm-mm. That's not unconditional. You need unconditional. And it's easy, it's so easy for you to give it, but it's so hard for you to receive it. Why? Why? Seriously, why? Trauma. Trauma. Which, I mean, we all got a little bit of trauma, right? Um, before I hop in there. So we're going to go to the Soul Symphony card deck. Another deck that Miss Sunflower gave to me. Thank you, my dear. I'm really liking this deck. This is one of the... This Oracle deck just feels different. I don't really know how to put words to it. I can just describe the feeling. The feeling feels confident. The feeling feels like it's flowing, like it flows through better, if that makes sense. And if you're a reader, you know. Like when you feel called to a deck or when a deck is calling to you, you just know. It just feels different. But I just love the artist, the illustration. I love what comes out. I've used it for a couple of readings, for personal readings as well as my own. And I just really like how they break it down. So let's go through and see what Spirit has for you in regards to all of this today. Deadline. Time running out. On the edge. Intervention. Can't wait no longer. You know what this feels like? It feels like on the edge. I'm on the edge of glory. That's tea. So maybe Lady Gaga is relevant for you. Confirmation to those who need it. But being on the edge of time, you feel like you are, I keep hearing like wasting time. It's not about wasting time. It's not about getting it done quicker. That's not what they want. They don't want you to like rush it. You're on the edge about it because you feel like you're behind, but you're not behind. Everyone has their own timeline. Everyone. And specifically when we think about timelines, I know a lot of us, like here in the world, in America specifically, you should be married and have kids and have a house and cars and all of this stuff like by the time you're like 25 or something absolutely insane. Some people don't have kids until they're in their mid 30s. Like Rihanna didn't have her 2 kids until she was 34. 32, something like that. Beyonce didn't have her kids, and her last kid was when she was 36. Like, we all think that we have to be on the same timeline, but why? Like, why would we all need to be on the same timeline? Some of us got married and got a divorce. Some of us are been in relationships for 5+ years, but don't necessarily want to get married. They just like the vibe of where they're at. Maybe you have kids without somebody being married. Like, it doesn't matter. Everyone, you shouldn't feel bad for where you're at. You should feel confident. And if you're not feeling confident, then that's what you need to fix, right? The confidence in yourself, not because you feel like you've missed out on this timeline, right? But because you know that this is your path and you feel confident about it. Let's see what else we got. Union. This really feels like rebuilding. Not necessarily like romantically. It feels like just rebuilding within yourself, like the union within yourself, the self-love that you have for yourself. Yeah, that's definitely what that feels like. I know it's represented by like a couple, but it's definitely not. Around fall. I think this timeline that you're worried about, stuff's really gonna shift around fall. And by fall, I mean like September, October, November, the latest. Because for me, winter starts in December. Interesting. Yeah, fall feels like change too. Like the leaves of the tree, you know how they like change as fall comes. It's like a very drastic change, right? They go from like these green, beautiful, lush from the summer and spring to this like auburn, yellow, burnt orange, like just these like beautiful colors, right? And this really feels like you're a part of the tree, right? Where you're changing. And spring and summer are going to be a big deal for you too, because you're a part of that change. I'm seeing the butterfly, right? The butterfly emerges out of the cocoon within whatever, I think it's like spring or like early summer. That's when you're going to emerge out. But your flight, the path, the flying, that's what's going to happen in fall. You're really going to soar in fall. Sneaky. That fell out when I was shuffling. I'm going to put that to the side for a second because it fell out, but it didn't like come out through, and I can't necessarily get a read on it. Hiding yourself, that could definitely be something. Like, don't hide yourself. Like, this is the time to truly like let go, break out of the cocoon, if you will. Interesting. Okay. Evidence. Law enforcement, temptation, criminal history, avoiding the 12. You know what this right here, the shackles, putting their head down, it feels like you have a lot of shame. And you've been shackling yourself. But it's time to break free. Ariana's break free. High School Musical. We're breaking free, soaring, flying. There's not a star in heaven that we can reach if we're trying. Oh, we're breaking free. Yes, you know. We also have reminiscing. There's someone in your life. There's someone in your life that's reminiscing about you. You looking at yourself as well. You may be looking at old photos of yourself, like when you were younger, or even over the last 3 to 5 years, and you're reminiscing on who you were. But you should be loving who you are and who you are becoming, because the old you have to love. You have to love them. You have to love them in a way that you would like a child, that you would unconditionally, no matter what they do. Yeah, they spilled some milk. Yeah, they messed up. They got in trouble. They did stuff that they probably knew that they shouldn't have done. But there's still all this childlike wonder. And you have that childlike wonder, and that's what they want you to know. They want you to know that it's okay, that you can reminisce on who you were, and you can think about the good times, but don't dwell on it. Do not dwell on the past. The past happened, whether you like it or not. It happened, and you cannot change it. You can change of what you can control now. The information that you have now, the person who you are now, if they were in that same situation now, you would not make the same choice. And that's all that matters. Is as long as you have learned that lesson of knowing that who you were is not who you are. Let me run it back. Who you were is not who you are, if you truly have change. And I feel like you actually feel that change, but you're just a little scared. Confirmation. All right, we got air signs. This is definitely for you, my air sign baddies. As a Libra myself, I feel this. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, my babes, I know you're feeling this. I know the balance, especially with like my Libra and Gemini babes, because Gemini is the twins, right? And then Libra is the scales. There is this duality of shame and pain and hurt with also love and kindness, and just trying to balance it out of like, okay, yeah, I've done stuff that I'm not proud of, or I hurt people that I'm not proud of, or I've said stuff, or I've done stuff and I'm not happy about that. But I also know that that's not who I am, and I've been working on myself, and I'm going to keep working on myself. And that's how you balance it out, right? The world that we are in is not a pass fail. It is just repeating the same lesson over and over until you understand the lesson and you choose a different path that puts you on a different path, that puts you in a new wave of lessons, and so on and so forth. That's what this whole journey is about. It is not about passing and failing. No one's here to grade you. No one's here to grade you. You're here to grade yourself. You picked this life. You picked the the strain, the pain, the turmoils, the stress, the hurt. You picked all of it, whether you want to believe it or not. Your soul picked to be here so that you could learn on a soul level real lessons. Let's look at the risk card. This, it feels like not thinking. It feels like not thinking, but also like unsafe decisions. Like maybe you're going a little too hard. I keep seeing a calendar for some reason, like a Google calendar, like breaking down like hour by hour what you should be doing. And it feels like you don't necessarily hit that every single day and then you feel bad about it. You don't, let me get some clarification on this. Because the unsafe decision, I feel it, but I'm trying to figure out what exactly is that. Is that with yourself? Is that with other people? Visit. Unexpected visit, phone call, knock, riding by house. Okay, so the risk feels like this is somebody else, not with yourself. Because it says partner on risk. And it feels like this person is like, they're kind of stalking you a little bit. Like they're throwing you off your path. Yes, that's what I'm feeling. Let me see if I got anything else in here. Definitely being thrown off your path. This person is not meant to be on your path. This person is not, they're being sneaky. You know, I'm coming back to this. Like they're hiding themselves. They're a snake in the grass. They're not doing what they need to do for you. Interesting. Hold on, I'm gonna pull more on back. Sorry, I had to figure out some stuff recording wise. So the card that came out was Earth sign. There we go. Earth sign. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Feels like the person that you're having these issues with is the earth sign and you're the air sign. Or it could be reversed, right? They're the air sign, you're the earth sign. But I also got facade. And it's putting people on, putting on a front. People pleaser, hidden motives, weird behavior. It feels like they are, you know this. Like, you've been feeling like they're moving differently. Like a snake in the grass. You can't necessarily figure out what exactly they're doing or why. But don't forget, the cards that we started with earlier, these are all great, right? These are all cards about moving forward and being on the right path and having this abundance and loving ourselves and having this positive energy and good fortune and being adventurous. But the owl is about these spiritual messages and wisdom during the time of transition. And it feels like spirit through me is telling you that whoever is within your circle, this feels like relationship, but this could also be friendship. I feel like for some of you, it's definitely friendship. These people are fake. They say they support you, but they're talking about you behind your back. They're like taking phone calls, they're screenshotting your stuff, they're texting their friends, being like, can you believe her? Or can you believe him? Like, I can't believe that they're doing this. And you are taking a risk by putting yourself out there, but this person is a risk, right? They're it feels like phone call. It feels like phone call and riding by the house. Like they're being weird. Like they're obsessed with you. They're obsessed with you in a way that it's like not fun. It's not a good ride. And like I said, either they're the earth sign or you are the earth sign and they're the earth sign or vice versa. But facade is really sticking out. Like people pleaser, weird behavior, hidden motives. The hidden motives feels strong. And I'm not quite sure why. Commitment. Yeah, this is definitely somebody that you're in a relationship with. But this isn't necessarily happy, right? Like this is showing happy, but all the rest of it's not happy, right? Like this is definitely somebody that you're in a relationship with or situationship, I'm hearing as well. So definitely not necessarily friendship, but commitment. Like whoever you're in a committed or somewhat committed relationship with, they're risky. They're not helping you get to where you need to be on this path. They're just not. And I think that's a part of this process of trying to figure out, like, okay, what can I do for myself to get back on the path that I need to, or like get rid of the obstacles so that my path is a little bit clearer. And it seems like whoever this is, and you know who it is, like your intuition's like, oh, if you take the time to really really understand that it's not necessarily personal, it's just what you need to do to move forward. If you love yourself and you want your goals to succeed and you're trying to be on this new path and be this new person, you have to let go of the old you. And by letting go of the old you requires every part of you to be let go. Okay, let me see. We have ravenous. Interesting. Okay, so we have ravenous. So this is a raven, and it says the hunger for pleasure is really sticking out for me. Like maybe they're like extra. What's the word I'm looking for? They're insatiable. Like they cannot control themselves. See how it says uncontrollable desires? I have a friend and she used to date this guy and he was a sex addict. And basically he was just like, he would like call her and be like, oh, are you so proud of me? Like I haven't had sex with anybody in 4 days. It's like, and I'm not laughing at the disease. I know that that is a real addiction, but he also like ran businesses. He was a father. Like there was a lot of things that he needed to focus on, but he could only focus on the one thing. That's what this feels like. Like this feels like they are focusing on the wrong thing and they're not focusing on helping you. Because you also got appreciation that came out. Letting you know, enjoying you, good vibes, expressing love. It feels like this person doesn't necessarily appreciate you and you're not appreciating yourself. Like, you're pretty dope. You know, you are pretty dope and you should appreciate that within. Like, and then appreciate when people are appreciating you. I know that's super hard because it's been really crazy for me, like getting these reviews and having people talk to me and being like, wow, you have such a gift and I'm so blessed and you're so amazing and blah, blah, blah. Like I have this deep appreciation for these people because I'm like, wow, you know, I appreciate them for trusting me to be able to do what I need to do and them trusting me. It's a whole thing. But the appreciation, this definitely feels like a lot of self-love, right? Like they're holding their hands across their heart. It feels like you need to appreciate yourself more. And once you start appreciating yourself more, these sneaky people, they'll be gone. We also have third party. I think you already know what I'm going to say. But they're definitely hooking up with other people behind your back. Via social media. So keep your eye out for that. Keep your eye out for that. And maybe it hasn't happened yet, but it will. If it hasn't come to fruition yet, like you don't see anything, you're not hearing anything, be leery. Okay? Be leery. Because, and sorry, this is like turning into a love reading now, but it definitely feels like whoever this person is, they like you being the old you. They like you not having the self-love and not appreciating yourself and not having the confidence and feeling like this. They loved you feeling like this. Down, out, shackled. That's why you've been reminiscing on your old self, because they loved the old you. They do not love the new you, because the new you is catching on. The new you is figuring out where they are going wrong because they can't control themselves. Ooh, that just pissed me off. I'm sorry, but that pissed me off. Because, like, don't they know that you're a baddie? Don't they know that you're amazing? Like, don't they know that they're missing out on someone truly great? For what? Instagram baddie? Please. Either way, moving through. Do we have anything else here with this deck spirit? I have one more. I have one more deck. I know it says tarot box, but this is an oracle deck that we are working with here. This is my, I don't even remember the name of this deck. I probably shouldn't have thrown away the box, but love this deck. One of my favorite decks. What else do they need to know, spirits? What else do they need to know? It's okay to feel feelings. I feel like all of this information is going to be a lot for you, but it's something that you already knew that was a part of this process. But leaving somebody, whether if it's friends or relationships, whatever, right? Taking people out of your life that you know aren't meant to be there doesn't mean that it's not confirmation, that it's not hard, that it doesn't hurt, that there isn't pain there. Of course there's pain there, but it's okay to feel the feelings. Do not push them down. Do not become the volcano where you erupt randomly. You need to be like a wave, and you need to move through the emotion. If you're the surfer riding the wave, at some point the wave ends, right? And you're the surfer that's riding the wave. Ride the wave to the end of the emotions, to the end of the feeling. Curiosity. What this feels like is like the world's in your hands. Like the universe is in your hands. Like, stay curious of the amazing things that can happen. Be thoughtful. I keep hearing curiosity killed the cat. If that's relevant for you. Deep intuition. Like I said, babe, you already knew. You already knew this. And you've been thinking, am I right? I haven't necessarily seen anything. I don't necessarily know. But this is your confirmation, that deep intuition. Yeah, you knew. And what I would like to tell you, you're going to be beginning again. But that's a good thing. Just like the moons. Because think about the moon, right? The moon is always in phases where it is dark all the way to full brightness, right? From the full moon to the new moon, the waning, the waxing, all of it, right? all of the phases of the moon. And this happens every single day, every single month. The moon is constantly phasing, and it's okay to begin again. The full moon always goes dark to the new moon, and then it starts the cycle over. That's just where you're at. You're just starting your cycle over again. Practice. You know what this feels like? This feels like there's something that you've been working hard at. Like in the material world, like career wise, they want you to keep going. And whatever that looks like, I'm seeing like sitting in front of a computer, like sitting in front of a phone, like recording, editing, something along those lines. Keep practicing at it. Keep getting the knowledge, the in-depth knowledge. Get roots into it. Let it flow, let it grow. Just like nature. Let it flow and let it grow and give it time. The practice and letting it flow, like those two together, go hand in hand. Do not feel like your timeline, like you have to rush this. You do not have to rush this. If you try to rush a plant growing, it doesn't stay stable, right? And if you are trying to be stable now, you cannot rush that process. Everything is within reach, or it is within reach. Anything you want. Anything you want. Starting over, changing your career, moving, breaking up, finding your new path, becoming who you're meant to be, going deeper with your spiritual practices, having new friends, finding your soul tribe. Anything you want is within reach. You are co-creating here. Right? It's like it's 50-50. Like you're putting in effort, spirit's putting in effort. You're putting in effort, spirit's putting in effort. Like it's a back and forth. It's within reach. It's not unobtainable like the way that the world tries to make it seem. But you do have to put in work, right? That's where the practice is coming in. That's where the letting it grow comes in. I started my TikTok. I think it's been like at least a month and a week now. And YouTube, all of that, right? I started it all within the same week. And my first 5 videos had over 1,000 views. I had 0 followers. I had like maybe 5 followers of like friends that like knew I was doing it. So they followed me, but like a steady incline. Over that, I have 170 followers on there. And I think I have like 25 followers on here. That's a huge deal. Okay, that's a huge deal because I've had nothing but steady growth. And I've had over like 2,000 views on my Instagram. Like, slow change. What am I talking about? Literally, it is steady. But I did not go viral overnight. Like a lot of people feel like, oh, if only I could just go viral so I can like jumpstart, so I can just get there. 9.5 times out of 10, most people are not just getting a quick start where they are starting at level 20, right? Where they only played level 1 for like 10 minutes and then they upgraded to level 20. That's not how that works. Because if you don't know what you're doing in level 1, where it's consistent, you don't know how to edit, you don't know how to attain your audience, keep them entertained, or build an audience or whatever, right? And then all of a sudden you shoot to level 20 and then everything's all fine and dandy for like a couple of weeks or a couple of months. Then what? Now you've hit a plateau. Now the money's not coming in. Now you're tripping. Now you're freaking out. Versus, okay, if I spent the next 6 months working on this business, trying to figure out what I need to do, then that whole time of those like 6 months got me to where I needed to go, and that I can hold on to whatever is given to me and be secure with it. Because I think that's what you really want, right? The slow change is necessary for a reason, because it builds the foundation, and the foundation will be more solid. But Spirit wants to know, what are you waiting for? Like, what are you truly waiting for? The time's now. Whatever you want to do and whatever that looks like, the time is now. And you're thinking, well, I don't have the money, I don't have the resources, I don't have the support. So what? Most of the stuff that you want is within reach. Ooh, make space for it. Make the time. Make the space and the time for it. You want to go on YouTube? Girl, I'm recording on my phone right now. And this is an iPhone 14 Pro Max. Okay? You don't have to have the newest thing. You don't have to have the best background. I mean, look at this. You can see my dishes and my old baby pictures in the background. Okay? Like, it doesn't always have to be aesthetic. It doesn't always have to be this big thing. You can grow into your own studio at some point. Emerge into who you're meant to be. I keep saying a sunflower specifically. You know that you are meant for more. You know that it's time. You know that you need to let go of certain people, certain things. You know, for you to be on the right path, right? If you're at a fork in the road, and the right path is the new path for the new you, and the left is your old self and old things and old people and old processes. That path is lit up because it's the same path that you've been on, but the new path isn't lit up. And that's where you're afraid, because how am I going to go in this darkness and try to navigate my way through? But I am here handing you the flame so that you can go down this right path and really start figuring out stuff for yourself. Really understanding and growing, because the further you go with that path, the more and more it's going to be lit up by your own flame. And that's what you really want. That's what you want. You want that steady growth. You want that steady change. You want more unconditional love, not only from yourself, but from other people. You don't want to be a people pleaser anymore. You want to transform and become this person that loves life. Sometimes I freak myself out, but yes, see with eyes of love. Love everything that you're doing. Love the process. Love it all. But you cannot love other things in the process and all of that unless you love yourself. So keep working on yourself. Keep loving yourself. Let me see if there's anything else that we have here. Feels like the message is wrapping up. Okay, these are the last things. You already are the butterfly, baby. Seek inspiration in unusual places. Be open-minded. This one's my favorite. Don't take it all too seriously. There's no need. None. No need to take it seriously, because guess what? Yes, there are serious things happening, and yes, you should be serious to a certain degree, but if it doesn't happen within the time or the way you thought it should or the way that you're hoping it is, it doesn't matter. Whatever way it comes, whatever way it goes, whatever way it flows, that is all that matters. Everything else is just a part of the process. Wow, this is such a good reading. Whoever you are, whoever this was for, you have so much good energy coming to you. Okay? Lots and lots and lots and lots of good energy. But all of this other stuff that you're feeling, right? The people being sneaky, the people putting on facades, cheating, all of that. You don't have to worry about it. You can break your own shackles, but you got to start making choices. Okay? You got to start getting real, and you got to start making choices for yourself. And having people exit out of your life that are no longer necessary. Okay? And I know that's hard. And I'm not saying that it's an easy fix, because it's not. But you do know that it is a part of the process. And you do know that these people are not meant to be in your life. And they keep hurting you in the process. And that's not where Spirit wants. Spirit doesn't want you to feel this pain and hurt anymore. They want you to feel love and joy, right? See with eyes of love. And the only way that you're going to be able to see with eyes of love is if you start loving yourself and making the choices that help you. So, I am Bree, Big Sis Tarot, here to give you big sis advice with no BS attached. And I feel like this was definitely a no BS attached reading. It was real, it was raw. But if you've been feeling like this has been calling to you, or maybe some of the other messages, leave a comment. Let me know. I love hearing from my collective. I love knowing what you guys are going through and trying to help in that process. Even if it's not through a reading, even if I could just send a comment back of just love and encouragement. That's what I want to do. I want to be there. I want to build a community myself. But like I said at the beginning of the video, all readings are $42 until the end of February. So that is oracle reads, tarot reads, or an intuitive pick by me, or just a combo of either. But link is in the description, link is in the bio and everywhere else. Make sure to check out my TikToks, Instagram, YouTube, shorts, all of the above for just daily readings. And of course, sending my love and gratitude to you as always. I love and appreciate you guys so much. And if you are feeling like the time is now to get a reading, like this made a lot of sense to you and you need a little bit more of a deep dive, seriously, take on the sale. Take it on. Worst case scenario, it's there is no worst case scenario. It's gonna be great. I mean, worst case scenario, I guess you'd be out $40, but I know you spent $40 on a lot worse. Okay, I know you have. So take the leap. Come with me. Let me not. Love you. Talk to you later, babe.